Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the 4 foundation stones of the Lean Integrated Project Delivery methodology that I expound upon in my book. As we get started, I want to take a moment and thank Roy Hawkins, whom I worked with on an ICU project. Roy Hawkins is the CEO of Jackson Health System in Miami, Florida. When we were walking down the hall, he stopped and he looked at me and he said, "Where did you learn all of this?" And so it was as an answer to that question that I did the very long post that I've now taken down that was on yesterday that is still available on my YouTube page. Feel free to go look at it. It does answer that question, and thank you, Roy Hawkins, for stopping and making me think about that. That presentation yesterday was done in the Patrick Winston 5-pointed star methodology. Patrick Winston is a artificial intelligence professor at MIT, and he does a lecture on how to speak, and I followed that in the one that is on YouTube. Feel free to go to YouTube and find it. But today here we're going to talk about the 4 cornerstones of the lean construction, or the lean integrated project delivery methodology. Those 4 cornerstones are: begin with the lean ideology of constant improvement, and that tool that we use to do that is the plus delta. The plus means that at every part of this project we're going to take a few seconds, whether it's a meeting or a group of trades talking or reviewing progress. We're going to take a few minutes and we're going to do a plus delta. What did we do well and what could we do better in the future? And part of the reason I'm standing and using a camera on a tripod today is because last week when I did the presentation that I posted that said that I was going to do this, I did a plus delta on that and realized that the camera was jumping around and that I should have been standing and I should have practiced a little bit more to get that done. So today, you're the beneficiaries of several passes of practice. This is like take 5. And we are on a camera, a real camera on a real tripod, and I have a mark and I have props and a prop table and cue cards and the whole bit. So to improve, I've done those things and I recognize my shortcomings. The second major project cornerstone in the foundation of this, how this project works, is being on target. Understanding what our focus is, understanding what that final outcome that we're looking for, what is that final measurable outcome. If we're building an ICU, then the C-level officers that are sitting in the meeting with me as we're defining the conditions of satisfaction should be able to close their eyes and envision walking down the hall in that ICU. What do the doors look like? How do they swing? What is the finish? What does the light look like flooding in from the windows? How are the halls lighted? What does the patient look like in the bed? What does the television look like? How do the phones ring? Where do the phones ring? The alcoves where the nurses work, what do they look like? How are they outfitted? What's there? What's needed? What does it sound like when you walk down the hall? Are your footsteps heavy? Are they hard? Is it cold? Is it too warm? What do you feel like how the air conditioning is doing? What does the nurses' station look like? How are people interacting with each other? Where are things stored? How are they stored? How is the inventory taken? All of these things that we do to finalize a project, we should be looking at those items in the beginning to fully define those. And I'm going to use this archway here on my left as an example of that. The reason I'm going to use this is because we have all the elements of an arch here. And that was clearly defined before I built it. I knew what I wanted. And if you've been with me in any of my meetings, you know how I like to use the children's toys to do this. And one of the things that I need to improve on is I need to smile more when I'm doing presentations. So we're going to work on that as well. So we have the same elements in this project, but we haven't done it clearly enough, and we've done it, and you've all seen that little cartoon thing of the 6 pictures of how a swing was hung. But this is, let's just say that's what you came out with. Is that an arch? No. So that brings us back to the salient point here. The salient point is if we don't have clearly defined what we want, then we probably won't get there. So that's the second cornerstone of this integrated project delivery methodology. The second one is tools. We have all the best tools, and those tools are in this book. Those tools were in the book I wrote in 2017, and this is the book we've been using for years in every project management session that I've done. And you should get it if you don't have it, because it has the tools. They're clearly laid out, and they're easy to use, and it's a very good book. And indeed, I don't need to write another book. All I really need to do is amend this one and do a version 2, and that's probably how that's going to end up. So the second set of, the third cornerstone of the foundation is the tools that you have. Now, the fourth cornerstone of the foundation is follow through. When do you know that this is the tool that's needed? When do you know that this is the tool that's needed? This is a back scratcher. And when do you know that this is the tool that's needed? All right, so in this project methodology, one of the things we write down in this fourth cornerstone of success, this fourth cornerstone of the process, is the methodology that is used to apply the tools. We give you all the best tools, the tools you need to get the job done. But we also give you the methodology to apply those tools and make sure that you have those tools going where you need those tools to be and how to use them. And that's outlined throughout this project, through this methodology, so that you have the tools you need when you need them. And it doesn't matter to me if you're a CEO or COO, and there's my timer, so I'm almost done, or you're a project manager trying to get the job done. Those tools should be tools that you can use, that we can use together to assure success. Until the next time, stay safe, stay focused, and enjoy your life. Bye.